how many minutes? We got 3 hours. Okay. This time we got 3.5 minutes. So our timer is on 30. What did I say? 30.5 minutes? Or 31.5 minutes?
30 minutes. I thought you said you had 30 minutes left to cook.
Actually, I have 3 minutes this time to cook the food.
Okay, 3 minutes left.
And go. That's 3.5 minutes. And I'm going to stir it. That lets the side. Sometimes the side. My fingers. My finger's not red anymore. What about my butt? What's it get rains on?
So, yep, we have some of our winter sowing containers. And look how great these plants look. So, today I am potting these up, separating them and potting them up. And so, I just wanted y'all to see winter sowing works. I live by it. I will always tell people to do it. If I recommend something on this channel, I probably have done it. Most of the time I've done it. Okay, so I don't want to recommend something that I have not tried myself. And if I do recommend something, I'm going to tell you that I have not tried it myself. Okay, I'll definitely tell you. But winter sowing, this is my 3rd year or 4th year doing winter sowing, and I love it. Absolutely love it. So give me a minute. Let me put this on we got a volunteer here today, and I'm so excited because she's so dope anyway. And I work on a lot of things with her for policy stuff related to urban agriculture. And y'all have actually met her on a panel, Miss Abby. She was on one of my panels, but she's here helping me this morning with some stuff. Little Big Girl Farmer is over there.
Hi.
Hold on, she wants to say hi. There she is. She's over there cooking up some food. Yeah.
See?
Okay.
See my meal?
So I'm going to take, I'll volunteer
It's
to
going to be
take
the
Rex
best
to
meal
the
ever.
ones- to the thing on next Thursday, and to Steven. Would it make sense for me to go ahead and take those and keep them at my house and take care of them until those?
If you want,
So
I
I
don't
have to,
see
like,
why
come
not.
back.
Yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
why not. I mean, we might want to double
We
check
can
with
think about
Isaac, but I think they'll be fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if you're the point
It
person.
would save
And
a trip for me.
yeah, that's right. That's right. So Little Big Girl Farmer is cooking it up there. What are you cooking, girl?
I put some nature in it, and it's going to be the best meal ever. And I'm competing.
This is really sensitive. Sorry, y'all.
I'm competing by my sis, and she might win this round, but I think I'm going to win.
Okay.
I put it on the same time we got.
Whoa, this is really sensitive. I'm so sorry, y'all. Okay, so she's cooking up some weeds. She said some nature is what she's cooking up.
Yeah. And I'm pretending it's real food.
Okay.
I'm pretending
So,
the weeds
what's going
are
on? Hi,
asparagus.
good morning, everybody. I know it's early,
Okay.
but we out here in these streets.
We're gonna run
So,
out of time. Out of time because we gotta get nature.
okay. So I haven't had any signs of labor for a few days, but Friday is going to be the day, regardless. So I will have baby on Friday. She has to be helped, I guess, if she doesn't come on her own. So I will have surgery to make sure that she comes in the world okay, and then we will have some recovery time after that. But I wanted to just kind of get as much done as I can before we go into the hospital on Friday. So I have some like very loyal people that are just always rooting for me and coming by the house and helping me out. So they're here sporadically today, tomorrow, and Thursday. But we're gonna pot up some of these winter sowing container plants, and I want to show you how to do that. I'm gonna show you how to do that
today.
today.
Wrong type of flowers. She got purple.
And I'm partly wearing the mask because we have a volunteer, partly wearing it because it rained, and yeah, I can feel all of my allergies coming on. So, but yeah, so I have some red cups here that I'm going to use because I'm potting up tomatoes, peppers, and typically I do put them in bigger pots because I almost always don't have to repot them. So if I start them this way, I don't have to repot. It just cuts down on the work for me. Little big girl farmer is having a glorious time this morning out here. And then I need to make sure I label everything. Some of these plants will go in my personal garden, but some of them are going in the nursery. I just wanted to plant more. And I was also teaching the method to some volunteers that were here. They had never heard of winter sowing. So it was a perfect opportunity to teach that concept. And so now they were like, oh, I'm going to save all my juice cans and all my not cans, but bottles, containers, and all my milk. I said, yep. As long as the sunlight can get through, you are good. Whoop. It does no good to clean this porch off to sweep because I'm messing it up every day. Some people ask, like, why do I use red plastic cups instead of like styrofoam?
Camille got the red flowers again.
Okay. Last year I did use styrofoam cups. I don't think there's anything wrong with either one. Plastic can be recycled though. Yeah. And you can almost always reuse it a little bit better than you can styrofoam. Like you can wash these out and reuse them. But as far as the environmental factors, I think, we all know how trash is, period, if we don't recycle or throw it away appropriately. But I think it's your preference. I just wanted everything to kind of look uniform in some way. And then, like, I was spending money on nursery cups and pots. Y'all, it costs money. And it's so much cheaper to go to Family Dollar or to order online and get like 240 cups versus trying to buy 240 nursery pots for $60 or whatever it is. Crazy. I can get these for 20. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Abby, I'm live, but you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
Need another task? Are you done?
Put me back
Girl, she is rolling over here. Okay.
I can start moving stuff to that table or...
Yes. So, at least for the first two, if we can, just go ahead and get 20 of the kale, 20 of the collard. The lettuce, they got to pot up because they're in.
Try this, Mommy.
Okay. They're in 10-inch pots or 20-inch pots or something. So they got to dig those up and separate it. If you want to start there, you can, but you don't have to. That's what they're doing tomorrow.
The collards? I'm sorry.
No, the lettuce.
The lettuce.
Don't do the lettuce because they're bringing pots and everything. So don't worry about the lettuce.
All right.
But go ahead and count those. And there's more than there's at least 2 plants of collards in each pot.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how they wanted to do that. I'm not sure if they wanted 20 pots or 20 plants.
I feel like they just want plants, so I can help separate them.
Okay.
Whatever you feel like. The ones that are already on the table.
That just check and double check. They're mostly red cherry and grape.
Okay.
I tried to put them in, and there may be some collard seedlings as well.
Anybody hear of the wish?
Okay.
And don't say it out loud.
All right, so I'm just cutting these pots or cups up. But like I was saying, it's just cheaper to buy these. I mean, yes, I have a nursery license, and It didn't cost much. The only reason why I got I'm in Kentucky, so the only reason why I had to get the nursery license is because I wanted to sell perennial crops. So if you sell any perennial crops, you have to have a nursery license in Kentucky. Okay. So and it wasn't very much, right? But it's actually time to renew that license. It wasn't very much, and the process was not horrible to go through. Literally sign some papers, send a check. They may have crept by because they were supposed to do like a check, so maybe when I'm not here or whatever, and then they sent me my paperwork. So it wasn't a horrible process to go through to get a nursery license in Kentucky. But yeah, that's the only reason why you need it. So if you selling any perennials, that includes herbs. Okay, that includes herbs. So, but you know, some people are like, just, you know, don't worry about the license. I just kind of wanted to be legit. I don't want nobody asking questions, or if people come and ask questions, I got the paperwork to prove that I can do what I can do, right? I had to apply for a business license for the area of Louisville that I live in, but you also have to apply for with the state, with the Department of Revenue, the Secretary of State as well, filing my articles with the Secretary of State, filing them with the county clerk. So all of that process to get the LLC established. It's tedious, but it's not hard, y'all. It's just a little tedious. You know, you just have to make sure you got your T's crossed and I's dotted. But it wasn't too bad. So I got some cups. I made sure I had some slits in the bottoms. That's the only thing. You know, if you buy pots, they'll come with the things cut in it. But I don't mind. Persimmon. This is a Persimmon Tomato. I don't mind cutting. It takes time, but I don't mind cutting. Persimmon Tomato. I'm excited because my mommy's going to be able to come up soon in a couple of days, and she didn't know she was going to be able to. You know how I was just telling Abby, the volunteer, but you know how it's just sometimes you just want your mama and your daddy. Like I just really want my mama right now. And I know I'm an adult, but like there's just moments in my life where I'm just like I just need a hug from my mama. So yep. Good morning, whoever's watching. It's good to see you. Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 second, baby. I have 8 persimmon tomatoes that germinated in this container. But I'm only going to take out 6 of them because 2 just sprouted. The seeds just sprouted. So I'm going to take out 6 of them and then leave the other 2 in here to finish up. I don't know. I might pot them up. Persimmon tomato. Yes, ma'am.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? You can't be hungry.
I am.
You Okay, go find a snack. Piece of fruit.
Care if I eat out here?
No, I don't. You can eat out here. Persimmon tomato. So I'm just labeling my cups. I'm gonna show you how I do it in just a second. Persimmon tomato. Labeling is important, especially if you're selling or trying to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're trying to share with people, you might want to do better. And there's always, I have some plants in the greenhouse. I have no idea what they are. I don't know what happened to the label. And I'm like, they've been in the greenhouse. There's no reason why the label shouldn't be there. But they're gone. That's fine. Those are fine. And then you need to get a piece of fruit after that, okay?
Okay.
You understand?
I understand.
So I got my soil. My soil is pre-moistened. And I got my hose in the bottom of my cup. I got my label. Okay, so I'm potting up some winter sowing containers. plants. So I'm just gonna put my soil in.
Before I eat the snack, I'm gonna wash my hands.
Okay.
Because you can't eat with dirty hands.
No. Okay. So I got my cup filled with soil. This is my bracelet little big girl farmer made me. Isn't it cute? She used yarn and some straws and a few beads. And she made my bracelet. I've had it on for about 2 weeks now. Maybe longer than that. But she's tickled to death that I wear it every day. She's tickled. It's the little things in life, you know. So let me turn the camera just a bit so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm gonna take the plants out of this container. So here are my persimmons. I have them. I labeled inside and outside of the container. Okay, but I'm gonna put that back in because I'm gonna leave a few of them in here. And you can get a spoon. You can use your finger. I'm gonna use my fingers, but whatever you want to do. And just actually, I'm gonna move this label real quick. But I'm gonna go a little bit away from the plant. Put my hand down and just scoop it up like that. Y'all see that? Can y'all see that? I'm just scooping it up from the bottom. Scooping it up from the bottom. Just loosening it. And then, voila. Shake some of the soil off. Plants come right out. And then to separate, because here's two, I'm just going to go boop. Very gently. Just pull them apart. Okay, so I have 2 plants there. Do the bottom, just loosen the soil. Shake some of it off. Got another plant. You need to loosen just a bit here. Yes.
Can you go inside? Can you
Loosen.
favors for me?
And you'll feel the roots pull just a bit. Okay, but that's okay.
Mom,
Yes, baby girl.
can you go inside and do a favor for me? Just
I can't right now. What do you need?
paper towel.
You go on in there and get a paper towel, child. Okay, so I got another plant.
But
Here's
my
one that
hands
just
are
sprouted.
slippery.
And I can pot that. I can pot that, y'all. That's okay.
My hands are too slippery to open.
Well, take time. Take your time, sweetie. This one, I'm just going to scoop down. Go down just a bit. Scoop it up. Loosen it. Pull it out. It's that simple. So don't worry. Don't worry too much. Y'all got this, okay? So that looks like all the persimmon tomatoes for now. And you can reuse these labels if you want.
I ran into the
Set that
door.
aside.
I ran into the door, Mom.
So I got my first plant here. And all I'm going to do is make a hole. I'll push the soil a little bit to the sides of the cup. Drop the plant in. And guess what? With tomatoes, I don't even care if the stem gets covered up. Actually, I want to plant this plant almost to the first set of leaves. Y'all see the first set of leaves there? Those are the sprout leaves. And you can even tell, look, the seed is still on that leaf. Y'all see that? Can you tell? The seed is still on there. And you can even take these off. Okay? Just pinch them off with your thumb. Pinch with your thumb. And I'm going to plant as far up as I can on the stem. So wherever the soil hits the stem of the tomato plant, roots will grow out of that. And it'll just make for a stronger plant. Shake it just a bit so I can cover it up. I'm going to add a little bit more soil. And there we go. Pot it up. Persimmon tomato. That's simple, right? Hey! Hi, Mikey. All right. Just showing folks that my winter sowing success and potting up these plants as well. So So there we go. We got our first persimmon tomato potted up. So let's keep potting. So filling my cup up with soil. Already got it labeled. Already got holes in the bottom of the cup. The soil's pre-moistened. Using my fingers to make a hole. Taking my plant start. See, I don't have to go to the store and buy plant starts, y'all, because I grew them myself in plastic containers. Y'all see that? Winter sowing. And I do have a playlist on the winter sowing. If you want to learn how to do it. I'm dropping the tomato in. I don't care how far down it goes, because wherever the soil touches, roots will grow. Add a little bit more soil. Simple as that. All right, what's going on with y'all? How are things going? Do we have some people in the chat? Hi. Hey, Yankee sister. Yeah, I mean, it is good, and it's really simple to do. It's really simple. So today I'm just potting up some winter sowing container plants. The plants are gorgeous. Look how thick the stem is on that one. Can you see that? I mean, just incredible results. Those are yellow pear tomatoes. Now, the yellow pear tomato plants are, I've never had them. I tried to grow them 2 years ago and they didn't work out. But apparently you do need to put two together so they can pollinate each other. And I did that. I just grew them in 5-gallon buckets, and I don't think 2 tomato plants in 5-gallon buckets that are indeterminate tomatoes are a good idea. So indeterminate tomatoes grow. They get really, really big, really, really tall if you're trellising them up, 6-8 feet, okay, tall. Indeterminate tomatoes are like your plants that just set fruit and then they die off. So they set fruit all at once and then they die off. So that's like your Tiny Tims, Tommy Toe tomatoes, any compact, or they may say patio variety. Most of those are determinate tomatoes. They're determined to set fruit and die. Okay, that's how I remember that. They're determined to set fruit and die. Those are your smaller, compact, patio variety type plants, okay? And I do have some of those in my garden this year, or plan to plant them out. I haven't planted out my garden yet. That'll be done this week with the help of volunteers. So I'm hoping that they can do it all this weekend. Our temperatures are going to drop a little bit after today. Tonight it'll be fine, but tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, I think the temperature's supposed to be in the 40s at night again. So I'm hoping the volunteers can get some stuff planted out. Even though those temperatures are not ideal for tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and things like that. You kind of want, the temps in the 50s, 55 or above or so. But I'm done playing with them. I'm done playing with the weather. I'm gonna go ahead and plant them out. Most of the plants have been outside anyway, and so they're hardened off really well. And we're not going to get freezing temperature, so I'm not too worried about it. Now, if it's at 40 degrees, 42 degrees, something like that, I'd be like, let me go on and cover these plants up, right? But I'm not too worried about it. So here we go. Just created a hole, set the plant again with the tomatoes wherever the soil touches. I'm just pinching off those first leaves. Those are the sprouts. Wherever the soil touches the stem, roots will grow, so to make for a stronger plant. So go ahead and just bury it. Even if you're not putting them in cups, if you're putting them in the ground, you can do the same thing. Okay.
That's like 4 cups from you?
Yeah. Let me see. With hose.
Sure.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What?
We're done. Persimmon tomatoes. Persimmon tomatoes are like a beefsteak. They are like an orange yellow tomato. I grew them one year, and they were very juicy. And I picked the yellow varieties because they're sweeter. I don't like acidic tomatoes very much unless it's cooked in something like a stew or a soup or something like that. I don't like eating raw red tomatoes. It's very acidic tomatoes, period. So um, that's why I grew a lot of yellow, orange varieties, and like deep maroon purple varieties like the black cherry tomato. That's my favorite tomato, and I'm not a huge tomato eater. So if you have never tried the black cherry tomato, honey, you're missing out. You're missing out. You need to get you some black cherry tomatoes. If you're local, come see me, okay? Because I got some for you. All right. And the plants, so the plants are looking kind of like what is going on, right? And that's because they do go through a little bit of shock when they're out. Once you take the lid off of the winter sowing containers, my lids have not been all the way closed, so they're a little bit more hardened off. They're hardened off, but sometimes, I mean, that greenhouse effect happens, and it creates a micro plant to grow in when you're planted in these plastic containers. So there may be some humidity, and so your plants may feel wet when you open the containers, and so they're sweating. I call it sweating, but they have to adjust, okay, just for a little bit. So I leave them in the shade. So when I take, like, and you may want to, because my containers were not all the way down, most of them are doing okay, but it will look like they're wilting or they're dying when you first take the containers, the tops off. Don't let that freak you out. That's just the process, okay? Don't start watering or just going crazy, okay? If the soil is not wet and the container is really light when you pick it up, there's no condensation on the container before you opened it, then it may need to be watered, okay? But if these are heavy, okay, and they are soaking wet, this soil, it rained today, so it's not that. It's just they're adjusting, okay? Now these plants look great. These look fine, but sometimes I did a little bit different this year. I didn't duct tape them down, and maybe I should have, but I didn't, and they still look great. So but so they're getting a little bit more air and things, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. I just thought I would try and see what happens, and they turned out fine. But just don't get freaked out when they wilt a little bit. They're just adjusting. But I do put them in the shade, and I don't take them out immediately. Typically, like I said, I'm a little bit doing things a little bit out of order. But that's only because I'm going to be in this hospital in a couple of days, and I'm trying to get stuff done. But I typically take the lid off for like an hour or two, put the lid back on. Then the next day I might do that again, and then the next day I'll plant them out, okay, or up pot them or whatever I need to do, just to give them some time to adjust. I always put them in the shade when I take the lids off, just to help again with that shock period, or that transition period. But other than that, y'all, winter sowing is great. It's where it's at. Just start your own plant starts. Yep. That's it, y'all. It's so simple to plant or pot up tomatoes. Now, if I was putting these in the ground, you could do the same thing. You can put those plants in the ground. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just choosing not to do that. And plus, all these don't belong to me. So, I'm just potting them up until I get ready to plant things out myself. So I'm moving these off the table so I can make room for myself. I got 6 persimmon tomato plants there. And I got a few seedlings that I'm going to pot up too. I'm just going to go ahead. No, I said I was going to leave them in the container, which I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and put them back in here so I don't have to waste my cups. I'm going to just put them back in there. And I got 2 that I can tell. 2 little bitty seedlings. I'm putting them back in the container. But I'm going to leave the container on the porch. Alright. So this one says Heirloom Tomato. So I don't know if my volunteers did this. I'm not sure which Heirloom Tomato. But I do want to show y'all how she did this. So she planted 2 different varieties in the same container. And all she did was use something to separate the seeds, right? You can put a stick in there, whatever. Plant some seeds on this side for one variety. Plant some seeds on that side for another variety. Okay? It's that simple, y'all. It's simple. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing. Just take my hand. You can take a spoon, whatever. And I'm gonna actually put this back. Make sure I put my labels back in the container so I can know that that is a persimmon. Go to the other side and pull up. Actually, let me save, because I don't have a whole lot of cups. Let me wait on. No, they need to come out. They need to come out, but I'm not sure if they have to come out today. Let me wait on these because I just need to find out what those are. So here are some. These are Tiny Tim tomatoes. These are Tiny Tims, and we're gonna pot those up too. So I'm just gonna take my hand, and these are all Tiny Tims. There's little sprouts, so I'm gonna leave the container with the label in there so we can make sure we get all the ones that germinate. But I'm just going to loosen the soil, so I'm going to put my hand down as far as I can in the container and just pull up just a bit. You're going to feel the roots pop a little, okay, because they're breaking apart. That's okay. Don't freak out, okay? And then I'm going to find a couple of them, shake some of the soil off. I'm just shaking. Can y'all see that? Okay, so I got a few little seedlings here that I'm going to tear off. And then to split, all you do, try not to make a mess, y'all. Just pull them apart. Give them a little shake, pull them apart. Done. Done. It's so simple, right? Okay, so I have some containers, holes in the bottom of my cups. I like slits. I need to label, so we know these are Tiny Tim tomato. Okay. Tiny Tim tomato. Tiny Tim tomatoes is one of those determinate tomatoes that I was telling you about. Okay, they're determined to set fruit and die. Okay, because that's really what they do. Tiny Tim tomato. Okay, so I got 3 cups that were ready, and the same process. So I'm just gonna fill the cups up. Now, some of these tomato plants, I hear in people in comment sections and stuff, and that people are concerned. Facebook groups about purple stems on the tomatoes. And I don't know if y'all can tell, but this is a good example. One stem looks pretty green. Like this one looks pretty green. Let me see if I can. Do y'all see what I'm saying? But this one kind of looks a little purple. That's okay. Now this is just me, okay? I'm not an expert. Whatever. But I really feel like it's just a nutrition issue because this soil, I have not fertilized these plants, at all. So I think once you get them in the ground or in a pot or a bucket container, wherever they're going, and you fertilize, they will be okay. They will be okay. Okay. Some of the most scrawny plants. I mean, last year my tomato plants were looking scrawny, y'all. Like, I was a little worried. I was like, what is going on? They've never looked this way before. Planted them, honey, gave them some nutrition, some fish emulsion, some 555 fertilizer, or whatever you have. And within a week or so, bloop, I mean, just beautiful, gorgeous plants. It doesn't even look like anything was wrong with them. Okay. Okay. So let me, I thought I filled up a cup, but maybe I didn't. Karina, what are you doing? Abby can't help you with everything. Abby trying to do some stuff. What's she doing? What's she talking about?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. If she get, cause she can get a little, she can get very friendly. So if she get, let me know if she starts talking you to death. Okay. So I'm just setting I put a hole in, setting the plant down. I tore off, look, the sprout leaves, and I'm going to tear off this first leaf right here. We don't grow tomato plants for leaves, y'all. Everybody wants their plants to look so beautiful and pretty and green, and I do too. But you're not going to eat these. You're not going to eat the leaves of the tomato plant because they're poisonous to humans, okay? So we want the fruit. So tear them bottom leaves off, okay, and plant up the stem. Again, wherever soil touches the stem, roots will grow out. Okay. Okay. Let me turn this just a bit so you can see. But there go my Tiny Tim tomato. I'm gonna add a little bit more soil. Beautiful. Pot it up. There it is. Okay. I'm just going to do a few more. Make my hole. Take the plant, stick it in there. Give it a shake. I'm going to take off a few of them leaves. A little bit more soil. Press it down. Get some of that air out of there. Done. Tiny Tim tomato. Let me check the chat. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to not check. See what y'all say. Okay, so see, did mine a couple days ago. Okay, Yankee sister. Dropped corn seeds last night. I need to get some corn. I said this year I was going to try corn again. My second year gardening, I tried corn. I planted like maybe 10 seeds, and all of them were eaten by squirrels. So this year I'm going to try again, but I'm going to buy some starts because I didn't buy seeds. I forgot. Dropped corn seeds last night. We put them outside in the greenhouse to germinate. Zone 6A. Hello in Connecticut. Hey everyone. Oh, wait a minute. Miss Angela, hi. Growing mostly cherry and Roman tomatoes here in Florida. Bigger varieties will burst. Why are they bursting? I wonder why the bigger varieties burst. Now in Florida, I don't know. Maybe because of the water, too much water. I mean, that's typically why tomatoes split. I learned, sorry, yeah, my mouth is dirty. I learned a couple of years ago the hard way. So I watered my garden during the heat of the day, which is a big no-no. A big no-no. And for a couple of reasons. If you overhead water during the heat of the day, you asking for your leaves and things to be burnt up. Okay, number one. Number two, because of the heat, the plants take in more water, and the roots, right? And so if the plant is drinking more water, that can cause them to burst. Okay, and so you don't really want to water during the heat of the day. You want to water early in the morning, anytime between people get up at 6 a.m. and water. I say before I try to get out of here before 11 a.m. to water. That may still be too late, okay? Especially depending on what zone you're in. But it gets really humid here, okay? And I'm in zone 6B 7A. They listed us as 7A last year, but I think since I've been, doing videos, I've always said 6B because we've been listed as 6B. But our hardiness zone this year is 7A. But yeah, it's interesting that you said your big tomatoes burst, the big beefsteaks or whatever. I wonder why. Um, yeah, I am nesting hard. Like when I tell you hard, and my house was cleaned up perfect 2 days ago, and now I'm ashamed. Uh, like, but like I just can't. Yeah, like I'm trying to get. I have things marked off my list, but then when you have a child, you just have to deal with some stuff. But and it's not all her fault. But good lord, it's like clean up something. She comes right behind me and throws something on the floor. But yes, I'm nesting like crazy right now. That's right, Yankee sister. Hey, Starduster. They are very healthy plants. Yeah, and I winter sowed all of them. My tiny Tims are fighting the aphids. Oh, so aphid issues. Aphids, yeah. They like come out of nowhere, don't they? But what I learned is that somewhere, somehow, they are attracted to areas that are high in nitrogen. So if you're using a high nitrogen fertilizer of any sort, or maybe the soil that you planted in was high in nitrogen, and then you added fertilizer that was high in nitrogen, that kind of signals them to come for you. Okay, but I mean, you can just blow them off with the water hose. Just water them off and they'll hit the ground. They're very, very tiny, light creatures that are in soft body insects, so they'll just fall off and die. So that's the I guess silver lining, that they're not hard to kill. But they can come out of nowhere, just appear, and then there's tons of them. And so yeah. um I mix the fish and seaweed together to feed. Okay. Fish, emulsion, and seaweed. I've never used seaweed. My chickens dig my corn seeds up. Of course they do. Yes. I'm in North Florida, and I benefit more by growing native tomatoes. Okay. So what is a native tomato to Florida? Can you tell us some varieties, Starduster? Down here, I try to water between 7 and 9 a.m. That's some good hours right there. Yep. Hey, Dee Dee. Hey, it's good to see you, Dee Dee. Use some orange oil with a drop of Dawn and some water to spray for pests or aphids. Yep, that's a good idea too. Yep. Good, 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 good. All right. So I'm just potting up some more Tiny Tim tomato plants. Again, just loosening the soil, grabbing the plant. You're gonna feel those roots tear just a bit, like there's a popping noise or sensation on your fingers. That's okay. There's some slugs in. Ew, that was a slug right there. I didn't even see him.
Hey, Letitia.
Yes.
Will you let me know if I've done what you had in mind?
Okay.
I put
I'm sure you did, girl. Sorry. Sorry.
I put some of those California Wonder Peppers. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. California Wonders. There are green.
The little small curly kale, right?
There is a tray or 2 or 3 of those, but I want you to get the big plants too.
Oh, okay.
Like you can get a mixture.
Okay, cool.
But I prefer for you to get some of them big plants.
Okay, cool.
And in the backyard too. The Californians, are they big? Are they in cups or in Cause there's some green peppers in the backyard too. Get some of those.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I want y'all to have the biggest size ones as much as possible.
Okay. I just wasn't.
But you can do a variety if you want.
I wasn't sure if those ones in the back were like earmarked for something else or.
No. I mean, some people are picking up plants, but there's a lot back there. So you're fine.
I go ahead and get some for those 2 other events.
Yeah, if you want.
If I take the wrong thing, just call me and I'll bring them back.
No,
Okay.
no. I think
10 minutes.
the same are going for everybody.
Okay,
So,
all right, good deal.
Yeah.
What if we put that and
Okay, so I'm potting up the tiny Tim tomatoes.
Used for something? Bubbles don't get old.
No, they don't. Well, I'm kind of tired of him because she does, every day of my life. But yes, you're right. It's a timeless activity to participate in. Playing with bubbles. What you saying, Starduster? Oh, sun goes in Everglades? Oh, okay. So
if
Starduster
I
said
put
sun
all
glows.
this in here, then I spray out bubbles.
Good. Okay.
Will that work?
You can try it and see.
Okay.
Starduster says sun gold tomatoes and Everglade tomatoes are native to Florida. Huh. Well, I learned something new. Might want to try those out. Yankee sister or whoever's saying they have trouble growing the beefsteak tomatoes. Uh-oh. I got a few seedlings in here that I done. Whoops. Let's put you back down in there. Sorry. Let's leave. I'm going to leave that in there. And again, I'll leave my label. So the little seedlings that are not quite ready yet. Because seeds sprout at different rates, y'all. They don't all sprout at once sometimes. And that's okay. So I got one. Look at here. 1, 2, 3, 4 seedlings in this clump.
It doesn't work.
So I'm just going to separate them. I'm just going to pull them apart. Oh, there's 5. Now see how easy that is to pull them apart? Look at there. And my soil is wet. Okay, and that does help. And your soil should be wet, but not like soaking wet, like it's just sitting in water, because that's not good. Okay, that's not good. Your plants will root rot eventually, and you'll be so upset. You will be so upset. Setting it down in there. I'm gonna take a few of them bottom leaves off though. I know how I feel about them leaves. We can't eat tomato leaves. Okay, and I know you want your plants to look all pretty and green. These are gorgeous. These are gorgeous all the time, but sometimes they just don't, y'all. So sometimes the leaves will turn yellow. One second, baby. They'll turn orange. Brown. Just take them off. If the whole plant is not affected, then don't worry about it. Just take them suckers off and move on with your life. Don't stress out too much, okay? And sometimes that could warrant like a nutrient deficiency of some sort. But it could be that you watered your plants and it was too high and the sun has beat them up. So basically fried them, the leaves. So, it could be anything, y'all. It really can. Just don't. As a beginner, I have to say, like, I was so anxious all the time. But over time, I'm just learning, I don't have to be. I don't have to be. And you don't either, sweet. You don't either. Let's see. Not just here, but easier to grow here. Okay, Starduster says those are easier to grow. The sun goes in the Everglades. Okay. Okay. So again, I use red cups because I don't have to pot them up. With tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, any big plant, I choose to use. And Abby, let me know how many of each you're taking. Exactly, and so I can write that down, okay?
The kale has so many in each one that I'm gonna divide them at my house.
Okay, So
like,
why don't you just let me know once you divide and get everything done, how many
'cause
plants?
I'm not gonna do like containers based on the number in my head because I see that there's like 5 in each one.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, just let me know.
But last year, Stephen got rid of 350 plants. So
Wow.
he's a big giveaway.
Wow.
And I'm taking some for that. So
Nice.
don't be alarmed because he's like the biggest one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, if things need to shift around, that's fine. Like once I have some.
Can I eat the bubbles?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I eat the bubbles?
All right. So I got my hose. I need to write Tiny Tim tomato. Make sure you label. And these are paint pens, y'all. So I used to use just permanent markers and then get mad because they faded or wiped off. Paint pens, and there's all different types of like brands. I just went ahead and bought the Sharpies, but there are other brands that you can use. But these seem to be the best for me. Got little spiders on me. I don't like them. Taking off the bottom leaves of the Tiny Tim tomato plant. And I'm planting them as deep as I can, all the way up. All the way up. Because wherever those roots touch, or wherever the stem touches, roots will come out, okay? Boom, done. Abby, do you see on the wood bench up against the house, there are some empty trays, black trays. Can you bring those to me, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, sorry. I saw the chat. Okay, here we go. Hi, Flower Girl. Oh, thank you, Sir Duster. Thank you. Yeah, I cut it off, girl. My husband did. I haven't been to no beauty salon or barbershop, so it's his first time ever cutting hair, and he did it. This is his like third time during the pandemic cutting my hair, but this time I like it a lot better than what he did the first time. But he did a great job for not ever cutting hair. So yeah, he's practicing on my head. So yeah, the hubby cut my hair. Let's see. Thank you, Yankee Sister. You have a great production going on there. Thank you. Flower Girl says, I winter sowed strawberry seeds. I got off the strawberry, but the seedlings look like tomato plants. Weird. Huh. That is weird. Thank you for the suggestion with the paint pens. Yeah, sure thing. She's just gotten so grown. Oh my gosh, little big girl farmer. They grow like weeds. Oh, goodness. Yeah, they grow like weeds, honey. I just can't believe how big my little baby is. Because y'all know she started gardening when she was 2. Okay. So I'm... Yeah. Those peppers look good. Those peppers look really good.
They're big.
No. I'm sorry.
Not these.
No, but you can leave them there.
Okay.
They're so like this.
Flat bottom ones?
Yeah.
I didn't see. I was looking for them myself
No,
and I didn't see,
you didn't see any?
but maybe I'm missing them.
Well, maybe I used them all.
Wash my hands.
Okay, that's okay.
Mom, I have to
I'll look
wash my
again.
hands.
Okay, baby, put your mask on, please.
I gotta wash my hands first.
Okay, go wash your hands. I bought a little portable sink, y'all, for outside for volunteers and stuff, so they can wash their hands and not have to go in my house and wash their hands or use the hose or whatever. Hey, this my David from down the street. He's so dope, y'all. He's the one that started feeding the squirrels. So the squirrels be going. So what he was doing is feeding the birds. There's a specific bird that he is like amazed by that comes by. I can't remember the name of it. These little bitty birds with all different kind of colors. I can't remember what the name is. But he was feeding them. But the squirrels also come and eat as well. And so, but I noticed last year when he started doing that, they were off my tomato plants. They weren't eating so many tomatoes. So I was like, I'm so grateful for you, neighbor. But he's also the neighbor every year that asks me for green tomatoes. So he just came by. He's very, very supportive of anything that we do around here. So I'm very grateful to have a great neighbor like him. He usually he'll let me come by and pick up leaves and pick up the bag of leaves that he's bagged and all kinds of things. So we still got some tiny Tims to pot up here. Yeah. Stardust, I see you. Yes, I pray that he keeps feeding them. Yeah, because he really helped me out. I was like, sir, you don't even know. Because these squirrels will bring the tomatoes. They will bring the tomatoes to my porch. Sit on the swing right there. Y'all see that swing, right? Sit on the swing. Eat it and then leave the remnants of the tomato after they took one bite. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and pinch these bottom leaves off here. You don't need the leaves. You don't eat the leaves on the tomato plants. Take them suckers off and bury them deep. Okay? Whew, it's time for me to eat. Baby girl's telling me it's time to eat. Oh man. Smudge. Yes, and you know, I was worried about Flower Girl. I was worried about my neighbors, you know, complaining maybe about all the mess in the garden and stuff, and I've got nothing but great responses, like tons of support. So I'm very grateful. And even though the soil is pretty wet, yeah, no, I don't like the M word. I will still water these in a bit, okay? Just to settle them in. Okay, little big girl, we're about to go in just a bit and eat some lunch. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna come back for the tomatoes and lettuce actually.
Okay.
And I'll text you once I have it.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
It's good. It's meal, but it's split into different containers.
The bigger plants in the back?
Yeah.
All right, got it.
I set that with like this front table.
Okay. Perfect.
But I mean, also, if you let Isaac know, he could also just like bring supplies with him and do that at the giveaway. I feel like. Or,
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Or if Bethany's kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I got confused and was like real meticulous with the like tiny tail, and then like split those up.
Yeah, that, I mean, they all need to be split,
Yeah.
I think, but thank
All
you
right.
so
You're so welcome.
much.
It was really nice to come
Well,
in your awesome
and
space.
it was good
I love
to
it here.
see you, like
Yeah.
actually see you
See you in
again.
person.
Yes.
Aw, is it tickly?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be in touch very soon.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'll talk to you.
Talk to you later.
I'll be
Thank
thinking about
you.
you on Friday.
Yes.
Can't wait to see pictures.
Me, I will. You know I will. I will send you pictures. All right. Have a good one.
See ya.
All
Bye,
right.
Karina.
Sweet Peas, go get your shoes. Where are your shoes at? Where are your shoes? Why your toes out? Why your toes
I
out?
just wanna
Give them stinky toes. Give them stinky toes back in them shoes. I told you about picking up feathers. Put that down.
But it's so
Lord Jesus,
fuzzy.
this child.
It's so
Put
fuzzy.
the feathers down. And you just washed your hands too. Now you gotta wash them again. All right. So after I get these Tiny Tims, I got like 5 more plants. So I'm gonna get them potted up, and then I'm gonna go eat some food, y'all. So I'll probably be back on later because I have a few other things I want to show y'all. I told y'all I'm gonna blow y'all's notifications up in the next couple days since I'm going into the hospital Friday. Let's see. Yankee Sister says just ordered some plants. I love that she has a Chevrolet truck. I want a truck so bad, y'all. Ooh, can somebody just send me a truck? Bought and paid for. Can I put that in the universe? I need a truck. I need it to be 4 doors. What is it called? Quad cab. Because I got children, so I need it to be that. And then, you know, it can be black, gray. You know, any of those colors. I like the darker colors. I don't really like white trucks. But I'm just gonna put it out in the universe and see what happens. Go wash your hands so we can get ready to eat, okay? Yeah, I need a truck. Just ordered some paint pens. Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. See, that's why I love this gardening. Yes, tons of ideas from everybody, right? Yeah, I ordered on Amazon as well. Yep, I ordered on Amazon. Amazon been lighting me up, honey. They've been lighting this porch up. But I'm so grateful. It's a pretty good I got soil all over me. Nothing like taking bath in soil. But yeah, it's been my saving grace because Tiny Tim Tomato. Tiny Tim Tomato. Tiny Tim Tomato. I ran out of 4-inch pots. I could have put some of these smaller plants in 4-inch pots like that. You know, but that's okay. Show something stinky in the trash. Don't y'all hate when y'all have something stinky in the trash outside?
Mom,
Yes.
can I have Starburst?
1 because we're about to eat. No. We ain't ate lunch yet. After lunch you can have 1. You need to decide what you want to eat. Mommy's gonna pop these 3 up right here, and I'll be in there in just a second. You know what? Let me get these bigger ones out of here. Look at all these little baby Tiny Tim plants. I'll put him back in there.
But
Put him back in there.
Freak out.
And take this one out. And put you back in there. I'm just gonna put them back in the container. Leave them on the porch. I'll pot that one. Leave them on the porch. Oh, there's one. Look, one right there. They almost got me. He was hugging and kissing this one. Y'all see that little plant?
What? What is it?
Look,
What is it, Mom?
I didn't even see him. It's just a little plant. I didn't even realize. Okay, What y'all saying? Y'all laughing at me? Hey, Dojo. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Oh, there's there's two little seedlings. Now that one's little.
I'm gonna see.
See the little seedling?
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, we're gonna put him back in
Hey, I
in
want
the
to hold
container. So
him.
I got plenty of tiny
I want
Tims.
to hold him.
Here's another one. See him right there?
Oh, yeah.
Now I gotta put him back in the pot so he'll grow. Okay.
I just want to hold him for a
Okay.
second.
Okay. There we go.
Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, look at that root. It's long. Okay, here you go. Growing him today. I want him to grow.
Thank you. Little video thing. Little bitty. Put you back in there. All right. So we got all of our tiny Tims planted.
Bop.
For now.
Let's see what Dad texts us.
Oh, did Dad text us?
Yeah.
Okay, in just a second. We'll check in just. Well,
Alright.
I can't see.
I clicked it.
Okay, just a second. Oh, one more plant.
Bam. Bam.
Are you excited about your sister coming soon?
Yeah. I want to hold her.
I can't wait to hold her either. Kiss them little toes. Kiss them little toesies.
I want to hug her so much. But don't hug her too hard. That'll hurt.
No, don't hug her too hard.
I think only do that to adults, right?
Yeah.
They're tough.
Okay.
You're tough, right, Mom?
Yeah, you are too, right? Ooh, that slug. I forgot to take them slugs out. Shoot. Okay, well.
I'll hold it.
Okay, y'all. So I was just potting up some of the.
Slug?
Well, I scooped it in there. I forgot. So I'll be back later. I'm gonna take a little break and go eat some lunch and
Peace out. That's what you were gonna say, right?
Yeah, probably. But I'll holler at y'all later. Thank y'all so much for just hanging out with me. Thank you, Dojo. Thank you so much. It's my firstborn. She's a whole 5 years old and she's just growing.
It's been 5 years.
So fast. It's been 5 years. Yes, it has.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come back and pot up these other plants, and I'll come back on, and we'll talk about some other things that are going down. Okay. So love y'all. See you in a little bit. Bye.
Peace out. Bye.
Okay. Let's go